I think Kanan is gonna his mother Raquel.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
And I'm gonna tell you why. Just first, if you could hit that like and subscribe button for me and share it if possible. It really helps out the channel a lot. And it's free. All right, before we get started, let's just go ahead and put the rumor to bed about how the show's ratings are dropping. This show is still sitting at a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 4.2 audience rating. That's pretty damn good. I mean, the track record is right there for you. You put out a good quality product and people are gonna show up for it consistently.
But back to the lecture at hand.
Okay, so I've been thinking this in my mind for a while now. Kanan has been step by step getting sick of his mom's
bullshit. All of it.
This boiling point is about to start whistling. And we're gonna break down all the reasons why up to this point. Now, if you go back to season 1, you know that Rock was briefly involved with this guy named High Post, and Kanan really liked this guy. Kanan knows that this is the guy that put his mother on to selling No Way products. And we later find out that Kanan knows that he got set on fire for being an informant. But you never know with Rock. She could have been the one that got him set up initially to get set on fire. It's just the type of ruthless takeover mentality that Rock always has. And we wouldn't want Kanan to find out the truth about that.
Mine is.
Now, you would think that with everything that you're involved in, just as a mother, you would want your son as far away from all of that as possible. But not Raquel. She goes back and forth on this subject over and over again over the course of both seasons. Now, let's dive into the whole DEFCON/Detective Howard thing. Because this is a major lie, and Kanan is piecing it together as we speak.
DEFCON went away October 74 and stayed there. No conjugals either, I checked with corrections. Kanan told me he was born on August 15, 75. DEFCON can't be Kanan's daddy, Rock.
I'm your father, Kanan.
You told me it was because he was crazy and all that, but that ain't enough. Not to me.
And we know the web of lies she had to spin to get him to go shoot his own father. The web of lies is still spinning somewhere in a tapestry that can be seen from space right next to the Great Wall of China.
What's this got to do with DEFCON?
You put that gun in my hand that day and told me it was for family. To protect us. But what was he doing that we needed protection for?
The man you gonna have on the other end of that barrel is trying to take everything from us, Kanan. Everything we love. Everything we will love. I need you to save all of us. And it's gotta be you who pulls the trigger. Howard threatened to send you up north for Buck 20.
That don't know. He didn't even have proof for that.
You hid this shit from me.
Now, while we into this set of Raquel lies, let's go ahead and dive into the whole Buck 20 D-Wiz situation. We know that when Kanan shot Buck 20, it was his first time shooting somebody, and it was in retaliation for what he thought was protecting his mother's corner. D-Wiz was Kanan's best friend at the time, and he was with him when he shot Buck 20. But when Raquel finds out about the whole thing, she sets D-Wiz up to get murdered so that he doesn't end up telling on Kanan. So if Kanan ever finds out that what really happened to D-Wiz was at the behest of his own mother and another one of her lies, he's not going to be happy about it. Now, another one of Kanan's friends, which really wasn't one of his best friends or anything like that, was Scrappy. Scrappy was more like a loyal acquaintance and a soldier for the family. But nevertheless, even he fell victim to Rock's bullshit. And even after losing an eye for this family, Raquel thought that he might be an informant for the police, and she murdered him. But this is definitely not what she told Kanan.
I heard about Scrappy. I meant to talk to you about that. But I got distracted. That don't make no kind of sense, Mom. Scrappy killed himself? Don't ever make no sense, Kanan. It's hard to understand how somebody could just get to a point where they don't want to live anymore.
Now, she's trying to spin this lie about how Scrappy committed suicide just to cover her own tracks. Now, I don't even know why you bother telling this lie to Kanan, because he knows exactly what you're into and what you do on a daily basis. You could have just told him straight up and he probably would have understood.
Look, everybody got this shit, Kanan. And everybody deal with it different. Scrap made his decision. And it hurts for all of us he left with. It was his call. It's what he wanted.
I don't know, man. It's just one thing after another, and it's just not going to be a good look if, Kanan finds out all of these things. Oh, and what about Symphony? We know Rock desperately wants to be with this guy, Could he play a role in somehow making her choose between him and her own son? Now, I know that's a big reach, but he's been kind of giving her the cold shoulder lately. And if Kanan were to see some instance where his mother is choosing Symphony over him, I could see him snapping. All right, let's add it all up now. At this point in Kanan's life on the show, he's still, basically a good kid. He's been involved in some murderous things. He's been involved in some things that could easily send him to prison. But he is not the Kanan that we know from the original Power series yet. The ruthless, heartless, treacherous, murderous, villainous, notorious Kanan that we know from the original Power series. He's not like that yet. So what would take him to the tipping point? And I would think that, the death of your own mother, or literally having something to do with the death of your own mother, would turn anybody heartless. Especially with all these seeds of wickedness that have already been sown into him. And let me go on the record and say, I don't think this is going to happen right now. The show has already been renewed for season 3, and it's possible that something like that could happen in season 3 going into season 4. And with a major event like that taking place in his life, this is where we'll probably get a small time jump where we meet Tommy and Ghost. Because at some point, bodies are going to have to start dropping or disappearing. We know Marvin is not in the original Power series or even mentioned. Same thing with Lou. He's not seen or mentioned in the original Power series. And if he'd have made it in the music industry, they would have heard about him that way. But one more thing and I'm going to let you go. Jukebox is still alive and in the original Power series. And at some point, she's going to have to turn into a monster too. We also know that the scar that Kanan has on his neck is from Jukebox. Courtney Kemp said that it came from a fight that they had when they were kids. We haven't seen this fight take place in the show yet, so I'm expecting it to be way more dramatic and foreshadowing. This also speaks to the dynamic of the whole video of how Kanan could turn into the type of monster that would kill his mother. We know from the original Power series that he kills his own son.
You don't deserve to be my son.
And before it's all over, he eventually kills his favorite cousin, Jukebox. So I don't know, man. These are just predictions. If you have any other theories or predictions about this mother-son dynamic, just feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't be a liar like Rock.